Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Without wasting much of your time, let us go straight up to this breaking news. Breaking news! Tension as United States warns citizens to avoid Nigerian military bases in Abuja. Now, information is coming up, from the United States of American president, where that is President Donald Trump, where he has actually issued a very serious warning to his citizens residing in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom to be very, very aware and also to avoid every Nigerian military bases of the Janjaweed military that has been responsible for the killing of innocent Biafrans, and also, that has contributed to the insecurity in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. I will give you the reason, why Trump made that statement. So relax, sit back and enjoy this video as we'll give you an expose, what Donald Trump said to the animal zoo. The news in detail. The United States mission in Nigeria has issued a security alert advising America citizens to avoid non-essential travel to military and government facilities in Abuja due to increased global security concerns. The alert released by the United States Embassy on Monday stated that all embassy personnel and their families are currently prohibited from visiting military sites or other government venues in the Nigerian capital unless for official purposes. The advisory came in the wake of unspecified global development that have prompted heightened security measures and re-evaluation of movement around sensitive locations. American citizens residing in or visiting Nigeria are urged to remain vigilant in public places, particularly in locations frequented by Westerner, expatriate, and government officials. The embassy also advised them avoiding large gatherings, maintaining unpredictable routines, and being familiar with emergency exits in building. U.S. nationals are encouraged to review their personal security plans and exercise increased caution during their stay in the Animal Kingdom Nigeria or from the Animal Janjaweed military bases. The statement reads in part, due to increased security concerns arising from current global development, the United Mission Nigerian informed United States citizens that all U.S. embassies employees and their families are prohibited, from non-official travel to a Nigerian military site or other government venue in Abuja at this time. Now, speaking on this, we all know why this advice actually came at this critical time. We all know. And the major reason why this advice came at this time is the fact that Donald Trump and other world bodies have actually realized what the zoo stands for. I'll keep on saying this. Whether you believe it or not, I'll keep on saying the reality. The zoo continue to remain a country that is being driven by Islam. And that is why they even showed their concern for the so-called Iran when this whole thing started. And knowing fully well that Americans are now fully part and parcel of this WAR that is happening currently, it is better that Trump try as much as possible to protect his own people by warning them to, avoid anything that will bring conflict and anything that will bring issue or anything that will even drag them to the military bases, knowing fully well that we are dealing with terrorists. We are dealing with Nigerian Janjaweed terrorists that have unalived so many innocent souls. Let us still go, further into the issues trending and happening in Biafraland. Breaking news: Benue massacre have exposed Kanu's illegal detention. Blood of innocents are still crying in Benue State. IPOB speaks out concerning the fire and the genocidal attack in Benue State. The news in details. The indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has said the blood of people died in Benue State is. IPOB claimed that the buying in Benue State, which it tagged genocide, has exposed the sinister agenda behind the illegal abduction, extraordinary rendition, and unlawful detention of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. The spokesman of IPOB, alleged that Kanu's incarceration is a deliberate plot to facilitate the Fulani's conquest of indigenous people. In a statement he signed, Powerful said, IPOB, under the leadership of our leader, of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wishes once again to put Nigerians on notice, especially those still deceived by the neo-colonial Fulani establishment that has held this country hostage. The ongoing genocidal attack in Benue State and the massacre, as widely reported by credible national media outlets, exposed the sinister agenda behind the illegal abduction, extraordinary rendition, and unlawful detention of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For those who are still pretending not to know, let us spell it out clearly. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the problem of Nigeria. He was the shield standing between indigenous population and total annihilation by foreign-sponsored Janjaweed mercenaries masquerading as herdsmen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's voice was the loudest and most fearless in warning about the creeping invasion of Fulani terrorist herdsmen, the Aruga settlement scam, and the evil waterway bills, of which were carefully designed to seize ancestral lands and subjugate native populations. It was his dogged resistance that frustrated those plots and forced them, the Fulani, to go for to activate Plan B, which is his abduction and continued incarceration. You think these people don't know what they are doing? Do you think they don't know what they are doing? They know what they are doing. And their evil agenda is to penetrate into Biafraland. Let me tell you for one thing you don't understand. I'm still watching the WAR, the war happening between Israel and Iran. Now, you have these two countries in one country. Then you are asking, you're telling the people to live as one Nigeria. How can you have two different people with different, opinion and mindset on how life should be? You have the Arabs, the Muslim, the Islamic people. Then you have the Christian. You have a people who only agenda is to annihilate the other people. Their own is Nanim Gebi. I don't know if you've seen that leaf called Nanim Gebi. They want to live alone. They think it's their country. Though Biafrans is not even dragging with them. We are not dragging with them. All we are saying is, stay in your country and let us go in peace. Now, coming back to the Benue massacre and the genocide happening in Benue State, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was the man who saw this far back. He started screaming. They wanted to shut him up by all means. He did the needful, first of all, by securing his ancestral land, Biafraland. Despite how the governors and the so-called politicians fought him, he made sure he secured our land with the creation of the Eastern Security Network. If not, these people will wipe us out. They will comfortably wipe us out. It is not by gra. Because one thing they do is they penetrate into your land. Once they penetrate, they come like normal refugees or so-called headers, just as you see them. Then they spread. They map your territory, then they attack. This is what they do. And when they attack, if they go to a particular community, they buy everybody so that they can take over that community as their own. This is what they are doing. Then they establish their base there. Go into another community, buy everybody, and also establish their base there. It is a pity that we have governors, Ohanese, and leaders and elders who only care about what goes into their pocket. They don't care about the life of their people. When this whole thing will fall on them, it will affect both them and their children, and they will have no place to run to. They think it's by going to, traveling abroad, packing the whole money and sending your children. A time will come. But by then, I pray that Biafrans would have moved on. Now, let us go into the next news that we have today, and that is armed herdsmen attack Imo State community, by several residents, injure a pregnant woman. This is what they are trying to turn our land into, a peaceful Biafrans, a peaceful land that we have in Biafraland. They are trying to turn it, turn our land to a place where our people will be running helter-skelter, up and down, because of these Janjaweed terrorists, all in the name of herdsmen. The news in detail. The attack has sparked widespread outrage and condemnation, with many calling for urgent action to protect the lives of innocent citizens. Suspected armed herdsmen have launched an attack on Agwa, a neighboring community in Oguta local government area of Imo State, resulting in several deaths and numerous injuries. Among the victims is a pregnant woman, Joy Osita Ashugu, who was shot by the herdsmen and is currently battling for survival in a hospital, Sahara Reporters has learned. The attack has sparked widespread outrage and condemnation, with many calling for urgent action to protect the lives of innocent citizens. The chairman of Oguta local government area, Ifeanyi Nani, who visited the survivors on Tuesday, reportedly condemned the barbaric attack in the strongest possible terms. The gruesome killings of innocent people who were attacked in their own homes and farmers is a clear indication of the insecurity of our state, Nani said. Inani commiserated with the victims and their families, assuring them that the leadership of the local government area is committed to ensuring that peace and tranquility returns to Agba clan. We will do everything possible to ensure that those responsible for these acts are brought to justice, he said. Sahara Reporters reports that the attack comes less than 48 hours after a similar incident in Enugu State, where suspected Fulani herdsmen killed 4 local farmers in Mbuji, a Hiamufu autonomous community, in a brutal attack. The incident has raised concern about the growing insecurity in the country and the need for urgent action to protect the lives of citizens. Meanwhile, the Federal Commissioner representing Imo State in the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Karen Uchebu, has advised the locals to strong vigilante groups to protect their communities. This is where I come in, before I round up this news. Why are we creating vigilante? The Biafran Defense Forces, are they not enough to protect our people? Why don't you equip them the more? They are the only ones who can even, defend us. You created a Bubago security network, Ebubago Security Network were working under the direction or the directive of the state governor, which is not in favor of the people. So they were doing boy work. At the end, Ebubago security outfit turned against the people and started buying innocent people in Biafraland. If not for the emergence of the Eastern Security Network and the Biafran Defense Forces, what would have been the ordeal of our people? And that's what it be for my mouth today on this wonderful YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us on this Conformento news.
Breaking news. Biafra Liberation Army (BLA) gives ultimatum to Zoo Janjaweed terrorist army and all informants to vacate Okigwe with immediate effect. Declares total takeover of the entire territory. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 9th of June 2025, and I have a video clip for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, it all happened. This very news is one of its kind. It's very, very important and should be treated as a matter of urgency. Every individual, especially those from Okigwe or those that have connection or relatives in Okigwe, this very information is very, very important to you. And every Biafran, wherever you come from, especially if the Biafra Liberation Army is operating within your territory, within your state of origin, you must take this very message seriously, because it is very, very important, I can assure you. The reason why this message is very, very important is because what the Biafra Liberation Army is talking about here is not only happening in Okigwe, it is happening almost all over Biafra territory, and we are going to connect the dots after he must have spoken. Then I will give you the main reason why this analysis that I'm making right now is very, very important. I'm going to bring the issue. I will bring what happened in Osumohu and Osihitokwa, respectively, to connect the dot of what is happening currently in Okigwe. And then I will tell you something that you didn't know before. At the same time, send a very, very important message to all the concerned people around. So pay attention. Let us first of all listen to our angel, the person you are seeing on your screen. Of course, you all know him, Angel Makeup. Let us listen to him first of all, and then analyze it properly and send all important message to all people involved. Pay attention as we take it one by one.
This information is coming to you direct from the office of Commander Gentle Killer, the Major General of the Biafra Liberation Army. And this report is coming from Okigwe State Command. Today being the 9th of June 2025, Monday, sit at home. The Nigerian terrorist government, under the watch of Musa, Hope Uzodimma, Ikengu Uruago, Asadi Dakoba, and the defunct DOS, they came to Umanumoke to adopt and kill Biafrans as usual. But the Biafra Liberation Army got the information that they are going there to kill Biafrans. Biafra Liberation Army engaged them. Men, bone to bone, bullet to bullet, iron to iron, and we neutralized the armor tanker. We neutralized them woto. As a go and watch the previous videos on CCTV camera.
The neutralization of armor tank is very, very correct, very okay, and it's true. Actually, it's true. I have the video, and even though the video is currently making round the social media platforms, I will still play that very video at the very end of this broadcast. For those of you who have not seen it, will be able to watch and confirm. So what he's saying is pure. Ezioku Chineke. Let us continue listening to him.
You understand what is currently going on in Okigwe State. The Commander Gentle Killer is dealing with them with in Okigwe State. Okigwe State is a danger zone. And I want to use this opportunity to warn the people of Omanuoke that any informant in that village should vacate.
Informants and saboteurs in Okigwe, in Umuanoke, Okigwe State, Biafraland, in the old Imo State. Are you paying attention? By the time Njemekop is done with his speech, I will bring to you, I will let you understand what happened in Osumohu and Osuhitokwa, and the reason those areas are the way they are today. I will give you the lay down, the full information of what happened there, so that everybody fear kananya. Every individual must be very, very careful in Cape Azua.
Because the same way the Nigerian army terrorists killed their own informant, a guy from Umalmoke, a saboteur, but the Nigerian army killed him.
Now, the man he's talking about was unalive today by the zoo Janjaweed terrorist army. That man was an informant working for the zoo. As he led the zoo to the location of BLA today, I'm telling you today, 9th of June 2025, the young man led the zoo Janjaweed terrorist army to the location of BLA. As God may have it, BLA were able to neutralize them and neutralize their armor tank. Then the remaining Janjaweed terrorist army got angry, thinking that the man betrayed them, thinking that the man had already informed the BLA that they were coming. That's why the BLA were able to neutralize them and their armor tanks. So the remaining ones eliminated that man today and littered his. In fact, they didn't just unalive him, they unalive him, cut his ear, and also set him ablaze along the roadside. That is what happened today in Umuanioke, in Okigwe. Today. So, I have a message, but let's continue listening to the angel.
So if you are a saboteur, I am warning you, the Biafra Liberation Army is warning you to vacate Umuanimoke.
To vacate Umuanimoke. If you are an informant or you are a saboteur, vacate today. Because I'm going to give you an example of what has already happened in the past in this same struggle. So pay attention.
Because Biafra Liberation Army have taken over the forest, the bushes of Umuanimoke.
Did you hear that? Because the BLA have taken over the forest, the bushes of Umuanimoke, which is of course in Okigwe. So every sabo, every informant in this area, not only in Umuanimoke, all over Okigwe and Biafraland at large, vacate tonight, because there will be no hidden place for you. There is not going to be any hidden place for any individual sabotaging the men on ground. No hidden place for you, especially you in person. There will be no hidden place for you. The innocent ones, your family members who do not know what you are doing, of course, will be spared. But you in person sabotaging the men on ground, there will be no hidden place for you. Let us continue, because I have a message for Muibo.
Don't say that the Biafra Liberation Army didn't pass this warning to you. And every Ebubago should vacate out of Okigwe State. Every police should vacate out of Okigwe State. Every army should vacate out of Okigwe State, or else the ghost of our ancestors is out to destroy.
The ghost of our ancestors, the ghost of our land, is out to destroy every destroyer of the children of Elohim. Or else, the gods of our land, the gods of our ancestors, is out to destroy every destroyer of the children of the Most High God. Of course, you know what that means. The land of Biafra will swallow all people who are sabotaging the men on ground. Yes. Anyone taking a bubago, taking zoo police, taking zoo military to the locations of Biafra Liberation Army, pointing hands at their family homes, pointing hands at their innocent family members, I want to tell you today that the gods of our ancestors, the gods of our land, will make sure that you are completely eradicated from the surface of the earth. And not only that, God will not just come to do it. It's either he uses the people you are bringing to eliminate our people to destroy you, or he will use the people you are coming to sabotage to eliminate you. Now, let us listen again. Then I will give you the information of what has already happened elsewhere, which is exactly what is going on in Okigwe today.
The zoo incomplete.
Now, I want everybody to pay attention because I have a message. You see, when you go on social media, you see a lot of people lamenting of what is going on in Osi Itokwa. You see a lot of people lamenting of what is happening in Osumohu. Many people from Osi Itokwa have run away from Osun. A lot of families are no longer there. So many families have abandoned their homes, their ancestral homes and lands, and disappeared from these two communities, both Osi Itokwa and Osumohu. Do you know what the zoo did? Hope Uzodimma with Soludo, Zoo Terrorist Army, police, in conjunction with Ebubaton, of course, were buying people off, giving them money, promising them heaven and earth, to show them the families of BLA personnel, where they all come from, to show them their families. These terrorists in uniforms were going about setting their homes ablaze, unaliving their family members, both their mothers, their fathers, and their loved ones. They were using the villagers, saboteurs, who have been paid off, who have been promised heaven and earth, who Opuzodema and Soludo have promised to bring to the government house and give them job to serve the government, the zoo government. They were taking Ebubago and the zoo Janjaweed army, Fulani for that matter, pointing hands on the homes of Biafra Liberation Army personnel. Their family members were unalived, one by one. Now, they thought it was going to end there. Those saboteurs, do you know what happened to them? 90% of them were also because Akiji were to nyelo mmado, Kaijiko were to nyeloge. All the saboteurs, 90% of them, others were also. Others, Nadia. That is the reason why those who escaped, the likes of Obuago and co, they went on social media ranting, shouting, oh, they are kidnapping mother, in the mother, and innocent people. Oh, na lie. Because aka wafa juwe to nyalo ndi ozo ke juwe to nyalo fa ala abafa. You got even again now. This is in fact, I'm not sure if I have ever shared this story before. 90% of them received the same thing that they were giving to others, to men on ground. That is the reason why those who were aspiring to be like them, to be like the former saboteurs, to be like former informants, because Hope Uzodima promised them, a government job in Owerri. Soludo promised the other ones from Osumo government job in Oka. And then other ones were, warming up to be like them, to start doing the job of informant and saboteurs. That is the reason why they are mad now. And they see the way their family members are running away from their villages, because they know that their sons and daughters have been used to sabotage the families and loved ones of men on ground, and they know what they got in return. That's why they were all escaping the village. Now, if you go to Osi Itokwa, my people, let me tell you, the truth of the matter is this: that BLA has no business with innocent people, because they are fighting to protect these innocent people. The fight is to protect the lives and properties of all Biafrans. So they have no business to harm any innocent Biafran. That is the truth of the matter. Don't let anybody deceive you. But a man fold your arms now for command na upon the rogi, then a bugu, na nego, name a bibi your family members, na abu non nagoko na village, a bachonya one kit. Yeah, talk we do a weapon one also. That is the main cook. Even Nagwagi fan pure. So I want those in Okigwe to take this message very, very seriously, because it's very, very important. Ekwekwana ka ifemelu ndị osumohu na osu itokwa mego, because I have been na njọ. The Biafra Liberation Army is in Okigwe. They are not there for you. They are not there to harm you. They are there to protect you, because the Zoo Army is coming there with Fulani herdsmen terrorists to unalive your people. And they are there to fight for the freedom of our people. Strictly for the freedom of our people, not to harm you. They can never ever harm you. Never. Because they are not there to do you evil. They are your brothers and your sisters. So please, no matter the promises of Hope Uzodimma, no matter the promises of DSS, no matter the promises of police and army, these are all agencies controlled